You are watching the Dallas Cowboys Report as the Cowboys win 41-33 over San Francisco. 17 points coming in the final 43 seconds because this game was kind of weird early and then just dissolved into a complete, I don't even know what to call it, by the end of the game. 3 turnovers by Nick Mullins in this one. He struggled badly, a fumble, 2 interceptions. Andy Dalton was fairly steady. Tony Pollard, a late touchdown run to seal it. A CeeDee Lamb kick return touchdown on an onside kick because, why not? So give me your one-word reaction to this Cowboys win. What? Weird? I don't even know what to call it. Unusual? Meaningless? Maybe that's a good word for it because the Cowboys are technically still alive, but in the end, it's not really going to matter for this team because they got other issues going on, even though the Niners are still alive, or the Niners could be limited if the Cardinals win. Washington won today. We'll break that down as well. Give me your one-word reaction to the Cowboys win down in the comments section. I want to discuss injuries and then more in depth on the actual game here. Beginning with Zeke Elliott, also / Tony Pollard here. Inactive today against the 49ers. He has been dealing with calf and hamstring injuries. The Cowboys had claimed, he's going to play. That was the plan for the Dallas Cowboys. That, of course, did not end up happening, proving once and for all you cannot trust anything the Cowboys say publicly when it comes to injuries. That was the case once again, and we did not see Zeke out there. Instead, it was the Tony Pollard show, who the end stats look pretty damn awesome, right? 12 carries. Everyone spam nice in the comments. 69 yards, 2 touchdowns. However, of those 69 yards, 40 of them came on a late touchdown run that in reality iced the game. Now, Pollard, he's an explosive player. That's what you like to see. But outside of that run, the Cowboys had nothing going on the ground today. Genuinely, like Tony Pollard, outside of that run, 11 carries for 29 yards. However, Pollard was heavily involved in the receiving game. 6 catches, 63 yards. The swing/wheel route was a good one today for the Dallas Cowboys. And now they have a bit of an issue. Who is their number one back going forward? At least, especially for the rest of this year. Do you just sit Zeke for the rest of the season and say, just get healthy, buddy? Or if they somehow pull off a miracle and make the playoffs, you bring him back then? Maybe. Or do you just roll with Pollard? Type EE for Ezekiel Elliott, TP for Tony Pollard. I am of the belief you make it a 50-50 timeshare. I think that's the best route for this Cowboys backfield going forward. It keeps Zeke fresher. You get more candidates for big plays from Tony Pollard. If you hadn't paid Zeke, really wouldn't be that big of a discussion. But we'll talk about Zeke trades, I'm sure, in the future. If you get the ad break here on YouTube, I want you guys to scroll on down and get your votes in, okay? EE if you want Elliott to be the guy going forward, or TP for Tony Pollard. Let's talk injuries now. Michael Gallup, if you're wondering, why is Noah Brown getting so many targets late in this game? It is because Gallup left the game, I believe it was in the fourth quarter, might have been a bit before, with a hip injury. Now, I don't have any further details at this point beyond that, but Gallup did suffer that hip injury here. So without Gallup, you saw a lot more Noah Brown. Cedric Wilson got some more slot reps. CeeDee Lamb was involved too. He led the team in receiving yards. Cooper didn't have his best game. Frankly, it was his worst or second worst game of the year. One of the 2 times this year he's been kind of a non-factor. It's okay. He's still been really good this season. But Gallup's injury is one to monitor as the Cowboys move forward. All right, Leighton Vander Esch left the game with an ankle injury. He was ruled questionable to return, and normally that means it's not that bad. So we'll see what ends up happening with Vander Esch in terms of that injury. But ankle injury, he got kind of rolled up on a tackle, got the ankle bent backward a little bit. We'll see if he's okay long term, but as of right now, no major updates other than didn't return ankle injury. Antwaun Woods was actually the first Cowboy player to leave the game here. He suffered an ankle injury. The report from Michael Gallup mid-game was that it's not believed to be serious, and he said the Woods could play next week. So that's a very good sign for Dallas. I mean, once again, the run defense was not great, 150 yards, and it might have been worse if the Niners didn't turn the ball over 4 different times. The run defense continues to be a big-time problem for this team. When Woods went down, Neville Gallimore, Justin Hamilton, Elianaku. I will make this note. Gallimore made some plays today for the Cowboys. Had at least 1 tackle for loss that I distinctly recall. Finished with 5 in total. He had himself a very good showing once again for the Dallas Cowboys, at least a promising showing. So good news there on Antwaun Woods. We'll see if he plays next week. That, of course, remains to be determined. Now, we got some Cowboys gear on sale for you guys. Chatsports.com/Cowboys. Gear is 50% off at chatsports.com/Cowboys. Check the comments, check the description. That link is in there. I love this t-shirt hat combo pack. I think it's one of the best values you can get out there. Normally, you can't find stuff Cowboys branded that's, official branded products for $25. You can find 2 of them for $25, the hat and the t-shirt at chatsports.com/Cowboys. Now remember, Cowboys won this game. However, they needed help. The Cowboys are in a situation where if they drop a single game, or if the Washington football team wins a single game, the Cowboys are out of the postseason race. However, Washington dropped the game. 20-15. They had a chance late. Haskins took a couple bad sacks here. And in the end, the Cowboys remain alive, at least for the time being. I do not anticipate, even though the Cowboys are mathematically alive, this was kind of the expectation. Washington was going to lose this game. The football team's schedule down the stretch is not overly daunting. They have games left against Carolina and Philadelphia. They're going to win one. So Dallas is still alive, but don't get your hopes up for an actual NFC East championship. All right, Jourdan Lewis. Again, I want to see him at safety because what did he do well today? He tackled well, had a nice sack, 2 tackles for loss. He has been at his best when he is around the football, in the backfield, not so much in coverage, but as a run support guy. I want to see him at safety. I really do. I think that would be a good play for the Cowboys. I want to shout out Jourdan Lewis. He played well today. I want to shout out Donovan Wilson. Every damn time there is a takeaway in the back end, it is almost always Donovan Lewis. That guy can start for me at safety next year. Jourdan Lewis, meanwhile, well, he's in a different situation. He's a free agent. He might be making himself some money with this play as of late. So what should the Cowboys do? Should they keep him? Simple yes or no answer. Get your votes in here. Type Y for yes, or you can type in N for no. I mentioned I want to shout out Donovan Wilson and Jourdan Lewis and Anthony Brown for the late interception. I also want to shout out about DeMarcus Lawrence. Once again, was all over the field against the Dallas Cowboys. Or for the Dallas Cowboys, I should say. He was everywhere. Actually did have a forced fumble, by the way, so I'll get that corrected here. 5 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, another sack. DeMarcus Lawrence continues to be one of the best players on this team. And I know you're like, oh, I want more money or whatever, or he's making too much money. He is so impactful every time we see him out there. DeMarcus Lawrence continues to make plays for this team. He has been, by a very wide margin, and that's not even a dig at Donovan Wilson, because Wilson's been really good as of late. Wilson's been your best defensive player. Of the guys you feel great about next year, it's Tank. Of the guys who got paid and you feel great about, kind of just Tank. That's where you're at. Lawrence is a key part of this team. And without him, I don't know if the Cowboys win this game, because all the big plays were oftentimes, many of the big plays were set up by DeMarcus Lawrence. Now, we're going to keep you guys covered all off-season long with whatever's going on with the Dallas Cowboys. So hit that big red button and subscribe today. Hit that red button. We got 1,400 people watching live right now for our post-game show. If you want to stay up to date on what goes on this offseason, draft, rumors, free agency, all of it, hit that big red button and subscribe today. That way you don't miss out when we put out videos basically every single day. Let's talk about Joe Looney now, who started over Tyler BIADASZ at center. And although it's a good day, the Cowboys won, we can be positive, I get that. This is dumb. Stop playing wrong side of 30, Joe Looney over Tyler BIADASZ. I know it's working. It's actually not. I know you're winning games. It's because your defense has like 7 takeaways over the past 2 games. That's why you've been winning games. Like that's the reason you're in the mix here. So I think the answer is obvious. Play your young guy who's going to start for you at center next year. Give him reps. It should be Tyler BIADASZ. I know the offense has been, the points are high. Look at how they've got there. Unless there's a takeaway, the Cowboys offense has not moved the ball very well this year. So I think it should be Tyler BIADASZ. But let me know. Type TB for Tyler BIADASZ or JL for Joe Looney. Now, today's show also made possible by our sportsbook partner, BetUS. Head over to chatsports.com/bet and use the promo code that you see on screen. That is Cowboys125. It'll get you a 125% deposit bonus. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code Cowboys125. All right, more injury notes here. Xavier Woods left the game with a chest injury as he did not return, was ruled out fairly early. That's a very troubling sign here for Xavier Woods and for the Dallas Cowboys in terms of not having Darian Thompson out there. Thompson keeps playing. I would love to see Reggie Robinson. I'm kind of more or less over Xavier Woods at this point. I don't really care if I bring him back or don't bring him back. Like, it's not impactful. Don't pay him. If he's cheap, okay, it's a whole different conversation. Like, I don't think it really is going to matter too much there. So Woods banged up. They played Darian Thompson over Reggie Robinson. It's whatever. Doesn't drastically change things too much there in the end. So keep that in mind for Xavier Woods. We'll see if he plays this upcoming week. Also injured was Chris Westry, who got a call-up from the 53-man, from the practice squad, Like, he ruled out with a knee injury in this game. That's a concerning update there for the Cowboys in terms of long-term. He was a special teams guy only. He might just go on IR because it doesn't really matter in the long run there. So keep that in mind for Chris Westry. Injury updates there aplenty for the Dallas Cowboys in a win over the 49ers.